Hey guys, Susanna here. Well, I am back again and I've gotten bits and pieces out to decorate my my panels. So I've got stuff everywhere, I tell you. Stuff everywhere. Now I'm just going to proceed to clean up a little bit. Yeah, I've gotten some bits and pieces. This is some of my French fabric, which I think goes really well. These bits I got from Pauline on our trip, and I think they go pretty well. So I might just do a piece and, you know, create a piece and just put a few bits and pieces on there. I've got this piece which I wouldn't mind putting on there and embellishing somehow, and, you know, sort of make, I don't want to, you know, don't want to do it too shishiko. I sort of want to have it, give it my own style as well. So I've got that. I found this fabric. I think it is beautiful, but it sort of cuts off just a tad. But I thought I could probably have pockets on the outside or just stitch it and then have that on the top there and really go to town and embellish this butterfly. I think that looks really nice. Then I've also got this piece here. Got all these little bits and pieces which I was thinking I might probably just have it a bit more in the middle, because I'm going to remember have these 1/4 of an inch. So have that tucked underneath. That'll be a nice one, and I will do some stitching on that, and I might even put a butterfly or something on there, like sitting on the middle, maybe even a little ladybird, or yeah. So that's a nice easy one to do. I think I will do that. I think that'll be gorgeous. So I've got 3 with a bit of an idea, and then this is that tea towel that I bought with the you know, William Morris fabric, and it just goes so beautifully with that. So probably going to incorporate some of that. I've got some of this, bit of this, and I've also got a little bit left, the other half of that, of this, and I do really like it. It would be nice maybe to cut some of that out and maybe even have that corner. I was actually thinking that hang on a minute, while I'm thinking, I'm just going to do some chopping. This gorgeous stuff, look, made in England. Really like it, but it's just such horrible stuff to work with, because it's linen and it just goes everywhere. It drives me nuts. So this is the leftover piece that I had after I did the middle panels, the inside panel. So I'm just going to give that a cut, go across, because I would like to keep some of that and maybe incorporate that into it. Isn't that beautiful? It is really nice. I could probably even do another one with some of that. Might even cut that bit off as well. So we'll see how we go. Okay, now I've got this fabric too. So just a reminder, here's the inside. I love it, really nice. So and then we got this fabric left to do the top parts of it, and so we can tie the ribbon into it. Okay, so I'm just going to sit down. See, that sort of goes, but no, I don't know, just don't know. So just a look, but see, this is sort of cream, whereas that's a bit more white. So I might cut a little bit more off there. sort of sitting on there like that. And just cut. Quite thick. What I'm thinking, because it is quite frayy, stick it in there like that. We could probably, I've got all my bits and pieces of lace, like white lace, and also got these bits and pieces, and I've got some of this. I mean, that's nice. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I like that. I was going to go maybe some white, but and I've even got this. Isn't this gorgeous? That'd be go nice on the top part. But I think that is going to work. I quite like that. Make it a little bit longer, and we could really give it a bit of an iron. I've got all this sort of bits and pieces, but yeah, I think just pinning that down, having that tiny little piece going over the top. Maybe I can do these dots here, do all French knots in some blue. Here we go. So this is our first one we're going to do. I've got some blue. Got some blue buttons there. Here we go. There's the darker blue. I think I probably need darker again. Might have to have a look at some of my threads. But I think, you know, having some white, and I've got this beautiful, I'm going to put that in probably on the bottom of this one with a few bits and pieces. So okay, well, I think we'll start on this. Okay, go into my blues. I need a darker blue. That works. I think that's same as that one. I'll use up that. Got this. This is probably too lolly, and this is too bright. I think these are better. We'll have a look in our wool. Ugh, I think I do have a darker one in my wool. It's almost like a black, yeah. I'm thinking some of that, or even some of that. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Probably a bit too dark, but you know, here's all my little folded up bits and pieces that I've got. A bit of a lighter one. Oh, this has got a bit of everything in there. No, I think that's what we're going to use. It's those bits and pieces. Oh, look, it's gonna look pretty. Okay, now we're talking. So where's that little piece? We'll keep that here. I don't want it to be too dark. Okay, we'll bring it back, slide it over, go in, and there. That'll do me. Okay, then we've got some pieces, so we've only got one at a time. pins, 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 pins. Where's my pins? Pin cushion. Here we go. Pin cushion. Okay. What we're going to do, just going to pin it down so it doesn't move anywhere. Actually, I might have the pins going downwards. Then this is sort of like a greeny yellow, so I might do the stem in that, and then do these in the blue. Wondering if we can do it in this blue. Okay, I'm glad I'm utilising some of this. And so I don't know if it's going to be a pocket, it's just going to be embellished on top of it. So, because I've got all pockets on the outside. So, I'm going to do all French knots with that. But I might give this a whirl and do... No. Or is it that one? No, I'll do this one. And we'll do some highlights in the blue and the green. This is sort of like my yellowy green that I'm going to use for my... You'd never think to use these colours. I'm like, oh, don't really like them. But it's amazing how you can use them. Okay, now, do I want to do double? I think I do. You want it a bit thicker. So I'm going to do 2. May not come out that great. That's going to go underneath. You won't see the inside because it's going to be sewn. So we're going to start here and go over the top of that and do, don't have to go all the way through, but enough. Yeah, I think having 2 threads is better. And I'm going to keep that black as a highlight. So just mainly stick to the white. Oh, it's going to be nice. Love wool. And yeah, see, one bit that sticks there because it's got the sort of like, you know, the wadding in the middle of it. I think it'll be okay. Now, I probably don't need to go all the way down there, but I will, because it may not stitch all of it in, so you know, you've got to do it just in case. So how are we all going? I hope you went thrifting to have a look at some, you know, your pillowcases. Yeah, it's a great way to use up your quilted pillowcases, because I mean I've had a few over the years, and you know, I've used them in different projects, but I just love the way you'd use just about every part of it to have this project done, and it's great. Oh, there goes my iron. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, this one will... So this is why I haven't wrapped these on, like a lot of my other ones I wrapped around here, because you get them, when I got it from Reclaimed Textile, someone obviously cut them to this size, which is a little annoying. So Yeah, so this is going to be a bit of a you know, a parter video, because it'd be nice to do a different panel for a different video. You can stitch along with me and have some extra content and a chance to yap to you guys while we're making a practical project, which is what I really like. This is a good project because it's something other than, you know, doing a journal, and I like making things that are a little bit practical. We can use this. I mean, we've probably all got bags, but you know, you can never have enough bags. I've got another video where I've done you know, a smaller bag, which is just sitting over there. I use that to hold a lot of my threads actually. Okay, and maybe one more. Okay, go down. And because it's two, I can just put a knot in it. You won't see this side, so any work and anything that comes through, that's going to be on the inside, and so you won't see it. Okay, get another two. Okay, I've got a U-Butte heater in here, which works really quite well. It's either freezing cold or too hot, but I'd rather be a little bit warmer because it has been jolly cold, that's for sure. Yeah, I think two's a little better. Okay, now I'm going to do it from here. And just, because it's the stem, it needs to be a little thicker. I might use some of this colour on the leaf singly, just to highlight the bits. So this is going to be highlighting, but it's also going to be holding it down too. So I don't think it's going to be a pocket. I just want it to be a bit of an embellishment. And what I might do is on the top there, maybe I was thinking something like this. They'll stitch in and have the pocket on top. Yeah, that actually works really well. And it's right on the corner, so I can utilise that piece. That'll be good. And that way you still see some of that, and I might even stitch some of that too. It's going to be beautiful. Okay. Oop, leave that out of the way. Urgh. So yeah, all the embellishing has been hand stitched, but which is the process that I really like. It's a real personalised bag. Then what I may do, just so that I could probably take out the pins, is give a cream or something and stitch on the top, because it will have that over the top of that anyway, so you won't see it, just to hold it down, because I don't want it moving. Ugh. Okay, so that's just a stem stitch, That's going to be on there. May go in a little further. There we go. And then here I am, you know, tying it off, and I don't really need to. Okay, so I might use these bits to do the inside of the leaf, and I'm just going to quickly grab, where's my trusty, this stuff, just to do a quick running stitch to hold that down. So I can take my pin out. Okay. Doesn't have to be going all the way through. It's the only thing with linen, it's quite thick. Okay. Now, what I might do is actually stitch down the blue, just so I know how many of these little dots that it's going to cover. And while I've got the thread out, I might stitch this on the top, because I've got this colour out, and that will hold that down. Might even do a few stitches along the side here. Just to hold it down. That's going to be covered by the sewing that we do. But very quickly, basically basting it down, and then that way I can take out some of the pins. Ugh. There we go. On the other side, that bit's holding it down, so I won't need to do it there. Make sure I do it fairly close to the edge, because I really don't want to see it after it's been sewn. Okay, there we go. Just a quick basting. Okay. Just sewing things down when there's pins is a pain. That I think will be all right. That'll hold down. Now, okay. The right and the wrong side. Is that the right side? I think it is. We are going to get my little thing and just do that. So that'll be enough to hold it down. I'm just going to quickly baste it on the top. You won't see it because it's going to be sewn in. And then I'm going to get this blue and stitch it down in there with it. But my fingers are all sticky. Okay. Just a fairly quick bit like the other side, enough to hold it down, because it's going to be stitched on the top. Okay, doop. Yeah, it looks a bit for now, but it'll be fine because you won't see it. There we go. Okay, now what we can do, oh, it's going to be pretty. Okay, put some of these pins back. Okay, have a look how we're going. Oh, it's only 27 minutes, still got plenty of time. Now, take that out of the way and it's pretty dark. I'll do that in a minute, but I did want to put it on there to see where I'm going to start. Okay. Okay, start from there. So from that down, I know where to start doing my stitches. I think I'm going to, well, I might as well use up this one because it's nearly used. And stitch on the top. Oh. Okay. Just some more. I like using lace. It's got this little piece in here that allows you to hold it down, but it gives it a decorative aspect. Quite like that. Yep. And I might use some of this colour to highlight some of this as well. Might as well go all out on each panel. It's going to look beautiful. Okay. So how are we all going? I have a fair amount into the video before I ask you that. Yeah, so, an exciting little project that you know, every now and again you get something that you're like, oh, I really like this idea. I think it's great that it's using up your bits and pieces, and you know, using up a whole pillowcase. You know, we've had them that we've admired for a while sitting in our stash, and now we're finally getting to utilize them, which is good. And you haven't got much like leftover pieces, which is what you want, you know, doing a project and using most of it up like that. Okay, now what needs going to be sewn up anyway. It looks like little dirty marks. I wonder if I can sew it on using that. I probably could. So what I should probably do is go like this. Gonna hold it down for me. Don't like the way that it's fraying along the bottom here, but it will get caught. Oh, I really do like the look of that. That's really nice. So it looks like a paneling. Okay, I'll start off doing some of this. I don't think that knot's gonna be big enough. I'll have to do another one. There we go. Started here. Beauty of this is that they got these little loops, and you can just go through and just grab hold, and then that sort of adds to the feature of it all. Oh, there you go. I'm sure we've all got this sort of stuff in your stash, and you know, I had a look at that, and because I've got a little, you know, box of blue fabrics and box of this, and I had this stashed in there, and you're thinking, oh, I'm never going to use this, but you know, sometimes it just, the things happen and you have the right piece for the right project. Okay, I might pause it for a bit and then I'll be back. Okay, I am back again. I've stitched that down. I've also stitched it down into the middle, and then I've just come back with this colour, quite a bit of it, and I'm going to do some like bigger French knots and then smaller one. Well, actually it's a colonial knot. I'm just going to go 1, 2, so some bigger ones on the top. It's a fair bit of thread, but I will be using a fair bit of it. So move that over. Colonial knot, and then wrapped around twice. So on the top I'm going to make it like a little bit bigger, so it's fairly simple, just a bit time consuming. 1, 2, and then for these ones I'm probably just going to do a normal colonial knot, just the once. Okay, because they're a little bit smaller. Okay, which is pretty easy. You just follow the prompts that are there. Whoop, come on, down you go. Ah, I think there's a knot in it, which is not good. A knot is not good, because it's such a long piece. There we go. There we go. yeah, you get probably a bit too long, I think. Might need to make it a bit smaller because it takes a bit to come up then. There's a bit of a blank space there, and even though there isn't anything on there, I am going to add a couple of French knots there because it just seems a little weird that there is a blank spot there. So maybe another one here. I want a few empty patches. So I think you've got the drift of what I want to do with that there. Yeah. Okay, one more over here. Some days it's easy to yap, and other days not so much. Oh, see, it's variegating. It's getting a little bit lighter. So we're going to have a variegated thing here. And then it gets a bit darker again, which is on the top. Okay. No, I quite like the variegated thread. It adds a little bit of interest. Okay. I think it's going to be coming a little bit darker. Okay, well, you get the idea of what I want to do there. It's quite a bit of thread, not Fred. Okay, now what I'd like to do along here, I want to use these pieces to maybe do some French knots along there. I think that'd be good. There's a leaf there. Okay, where are we? Another needle, because this is the one thread on the leaf. I'll probably use one because it's nicer if it's thicker on the stems. So what we're going to do is I might just do a bit of a running stitch. I mean another stem stitch along here, above, just slightly above where it is. Because we want to look like it's connecting to the stem. I'll have it going that way, I think. I really enjoy using wool. I like the look of it, gives it a real good texture, and it fills in space pretty quickly, like you get it done fairly quick. Okay, there we go. Feels like it's actually connected to the stem. Now I've got a tiny little piece left. It's not very big at all, but big enough. With the wall. Big enough to do this tiny little piece here. I think. You may not even get to see it, but at least I know it's there. Won't bother with this one. down. You don't always need to embellish a lot. I think we're pushing it by using that little piece there. I might, oh, there's that other little piece. There we go. Man, it's a really long thread, but I mean, I probably will use a lot of it. What I will do, just coming underneath here. I'm just going to sort of stick to just catching underneath, because I don't want it to pull in too much, and stitching can do that, which is not good. You know, it needs to be a certain size so that we can stitch it together to make our bag. So I'm not going all the way through, just that first initial one. I'm just catching the quilted stuff underneath. Okay, now I'd like to do some of the actual flower. I think that would be nice. So I'd like to do that in some of this. I'm going to come back on there and do French knots, so you know what we're going to do there. Push that down. But I think I'd like to colour in some of the flower, and I might even come back in there and some of the darker bits and do some maybe some lazy daisies in that, and a couple here just to hold that down there. Okay, oh, there we go. Just do a little bit of this. A little bit longer video than normal, but that's okay. So in the next one, I will start another panel, but I'll show you the finished product of this one, so you can stitch along with me. And I might start it here and maybe do a bit of a running stitch, and then I would probably like to maybe fill it in a little bit. I'd like to do a bit of stem stitch or something just to give it a bit of colour, but I don't want to do it so that it pulls in, and stem stitch does tend to do that, so I've got to be careful. So do it fairly smallish. Okay, I've got that there. And then what I might do is sort of fill it in a little bit. Okay, and if I do it that way, there we go. Do it a little bit lighter. At least if I do it on the top there, it gives me a bit of a guideline of where I've got to go. and I don't want to pull it too tight. Not. And just do a bit of colouring in. Okay, it's got a bit of a spot there. I'm going to have to come in. Alright, I'm not going to pull it too tight because I really don't want it to go too tight. Okay, follow in with that pattern. And I'll probably do the same on the other side. Maybe colour in that part there. Embellish. It's always lots of fun to do different things. Gives it that little bit of texture and a bit of colour. Certainly does make it stand out, that's for sure. Okay, after I've done this, I think it's time to stop because I don't want the video going too long. And start with doing it on the other side then. I really like this colour. Really pretty. Look, it's going to come out down and then across. There we go. So what I might do is go back down through the back, come up, and maybe do another running stitch along here, just so it's going in with it, and then do some of that there, and I might even do it here with my little friction black pen works. Yeah. So I might take it up to here, maybe even take it up to there, and just sort of do the outsides. So you'll see in the next video where I've done a little bit more, but I am loving how it's looking. Here 48 minutes, so I do like that. I'll go out a bit. There we go. I think that look really pretty. It'll give it that 3D look with the lace along there, lazy daisy stitches in here maybe, and yeah, I like that. Isn't that pretty? Okay guys, well I'll catch you in the next video because it's all basically the same type of stuff but filling in, but you don't have to fill in all of it. So you'll see where I'm at in the next video. Thanks for watching guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.